Hi, this is Dr. Madelyn. It's Virtual Rebirth Tarot, and welcome to my channel. Today we'd like to do the August 2020 reading for Sagittarius. Could be Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, somewhere in your chart. Anybody who this resonates for, this message resonates for, the month of August 2020. Sagittarius, I am her, ruled by the element fire and her constant craving for exploration in open spaces. She is on a quest, a journey, writing her story through the very tips of her toes she travels on. As the scenery shifts, so does she. As the miles roll on, so does her truth, sometimes in silence, sometimes in laughter, and sometimes on tear-stained paper. She doesn't need a map to tell her where she's going, for she knows when she follows her north, it leads her home. Daniel Dobie, Sagittarius, I am her. So the totem animal for this month is the owl. You see clearly. So the owl has a little bit of bling. Anyway, the owl is going through life as a predator. It spends its time as night. It can move with utter quietness and confidence, and it can see and sense all around it, the things that it's looking for. So I always think of the owl, it's at nighttime, and it's using all of its senses to really see what it needs to see. So it sees clearly through all of those things. So we're looking at the beginning of the month of August. We see the King of Cups and the King of Wands. And I was like, wow, this is really a powerful couple. The King of Wands, Sagittarius, fire, King of Cups, the water elements. So we're really looking at a powerful couple. But I was like, what is it trying to tell us? So the cards that came out were the Sun, the Eight of Cups, and then the Ten of Cups. Now, if I was to look at these two cards, the Sun and the Ten of Cups, and I would try to imagine which one I'd rather have in my life. Well, I think I would want both. But there is like this young, happy element, and this is a more matured joy. So I think it's like a transition through your life, from your happy, joyful childhood to your mature joy that you have in your mature life. And, here's your kids beginning that cycle. And in between, there's the card of, walking away and kind of seeing things more clearly. You can see the moon again. So getting to a point where you see your childhood, you see those happiness, the young happiness of your early life, and you're walking away from that. You're walking into a greater joy and a more fulfilling joy. And so kind of moving from the King of Cups into the King of Wands. So I'm thinking the first part of the month may be a time of reflection. A reflection on the growth that you've had in your life so far. Now, if you're only 20, you still have moved on from being 10 to being 20. You've left some things behind, some good things, some happy things. But as you leave those things behind, you come to an even level, greater sense of joy. So some of the things that you're seeing more clearly this month is this progression that's happened in your life. So I feel like the first part of the month is going to be kind of a time of reflection and thought about things in your life. I mean, hey, you can't actually travel very much right now, so instead of actually traveling as a Sagittarius, you have to mentally travel in the first part of the month. So the next card is the Strength and the Ace of Wands. And so the Strength is running into the Ace of Wands. So again, there's a lot of fiery energy here. Your energies, the strength that you are receiving in the middle of the month, you're really needing that strength as you move into a new opportunity and a new passion that's being offered to you. So a lot of cards came out for each one of these cards. So let's look at the strength first. The first card that came out was strength. So that was kind of interesting to me that strength was showing strength. So they're very different cards though, you know. So this strength, you know, he has his horse and his boar, and it's almost like he's out hunting. He's a strong male energy. And then in these cards, you know, we have the strong female energies. And so again, it's kind of like this power couple. So this power couple, whether it's the couple inside yourself, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, or whether you're in a power couple that's moving forward in your strength. And as you do that, you need to follow your heart into that traveling into a greater clarity. So it's the same thing again. You see more clearly. You see more clearly now than ever before some things. So this strength is leading you to follow your heart in a new direction and to see things more clearly in your mind. And so that thing that's being offered, the thing that you're seeing more clearly, the Ace of Wands, is first came out with the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. So the thing that you're seeing more clearly is how your dreams and those things that wake you up at night and keep you up at night, because, you know, we're seeing the owl, the nighttime. So I'm kind of drawn to the nighttime thoughts, those hidden thoughts. So those hidden thoughts when you're all alone are the things that are changing and they're modifying. You've been fighting them, you've been battling them, they've been winning. Look at your swords. But in the end, you're the victor. And as you're fighting those things, you're given the courage that you need. So during the middle of the month, you'll have a lot of fighting and war with your thoughts, the things in your mind and the directions in your mind, and you need to have a better clarity and understanding. And so at the end of the month, you'll be moving swiftly, you know, toward, you know, or actually it's kind of like away from these thoughts. So maybe you're moving swiftly in a new direction. Because we were talking about, you know, this strength is moving away from your old thoughts to your new thoughts. So you're moving away from this old way of looking at things in this world of darkness inside your head. And as you're moving away from that, we have the King of Pentacles. With the King of Pentacles, the very stable, earthy kind of self that's being brought to light. So maybe some of the things you're learning are, so like, to me, this guy, he really doesn't care about anyone else. He only cares about his money. So maybe one of the thoughts that you're learning is, you know, the more we give, the more we'll receive. You know, or maybe your thoughts in the past have been, if I just don't spend all my money, I'll always have money. You know, but when we go to our graves, we won't have it to take with us anyway. So maybe there's some thoughts that need to be changed inside you around the area of money. And then the other one, you know, there's so many possibilities, and some clarity will be brought to light for you. And as that is brought to light for you, you'll be able to balance your new thoughts, your new perspective. You'll be brought to a higher level, a higher vibration, a higher understanding. So by the end of the month, all this fighting, this turmoil will have led you from, you know, a basic childish understanding of the world to a much more solid and joyful and committed and directed understanding of things in your life. So you will be seeing more clearly during this month. So I'd like to end with your animal totem underneath in the soul card, the bobcat. Life is a mystery. So as you continue on in life and things become clearer for you, of course things will always be a mystery. There'll always be more things for us to learn, more things for us to grasp onto, and more things to grow with. So let's end with our message from the wellness cards from the Abraham Hicks. I look for positive aspects in every experience. I look for positive aspects in every experience. So your new vision, your new clarity of vision is going from seeing the negative side to seeing the positive side. You know, from seeing the young and childish view to the more grown-up and positive view. Within every particle of the universe is that which is wanted and lack of it. By looking for the positive aspects of whatever you are giving your attention to, you maintain your connection to well-being. Okay, so have a really great month, the month of August 2020. And as you're moving forward, you know, may you see more clearly during this month in your life. This is a really positive message. Please subscribe, like this message in this video, share my channel with other people, and continue to come back for next month's message. And I'll talk to you later.